Again, this is the problem with double duel, is the defending side just becomes that much more, or rather, the defending side, you can't really accentuate the strength as you're built to take space. And Split is not lending itself to that, as this gets that frag on Chris M.
Oh, this can just give a big confidence boost on the side of SBE, knowing that they can also bring the momentum from game number 2 as well, heading to this map 3. And they are in a pretty good spot, I would say. And they have played this map time and time again against all other teams as well here on VCT, and the performance is not bad. It is actually quite good. So Aziz just clearing things up in that quick replay that we have, but this is officially the buy round of AEP's side. Still the aggressiveness that Aziz is showing. The paranoia connects, but just a little too late.
A little too late. A dollar short. They try to break that wall towards heaven here. And again, a bit of a stifled defense here. They try to rotate, a little bit of presence towards ropes already. They haven't found meaningful control. But mid has been completely run over by South Build. They have no worries on the flanks again, but Pro will find the end of that Vandal and the end of his life in this round. Ja meets the same fate. 2v5. And A-Pro, they look to take this round for themselves.
AEP looking very clean right now up until this moment where Jin was shut down by the players of SBE as well, trying to pinch down tower, or rather B Heaven. There is no one there, but Ryu waiting on the corner here now, running for his life. Sees one, not going to be able to take the shot in, and AEP close things off to a 2-1 scoreline. 2 casualties even for this specific round, but a good round indeed.
Good round, get that momentum going for themselves. They might have to operate with an SMG that they do with Ryu, fielding that Spectre. SBA, they're pretty known for their slow defaults here. It typically is a 1-3-1 split. This time around, they do put a little more attention towards Sewer. I think that stage is going to go Sewer. Pro, though, might have other ideas. A-Pro, I think they're pretty much resigning to putting this wall towards Male and just not fighting for it at the early parts of the round. They just go for the contact, but the rope support isn't completely present at the moment. The timing is off on the side of Southfield, so they do have an option to go ropes, but there's a bit of a trap being set here.
You know what I hate about most in this map? Is when you can buy a judge and make execution happen and actually get those kills that you need. A judge buy is a very viable buy, especially in a map like Split. It hurts and it pains to see having invested 3,900 on an armor and on a vandal and just get killed off by a judge. So Ryu, he's right now in a good spot, a good positioning. If someone hops in and they don't catch him away, this is gonna be quite deadly. He gets one though. A quick trade up from Flippy as well, coming in from SBE side.
Once again, utility barely missing. The curse continues, Taylor. It doesn't stop when we are both on the casting desk. As Pro and the rest of Southfield, they try to take heaven, but Ching closes the gates, denies any entry, potentially giving the round to his team. Jin Sanity finds Papi Chulo. Ja has been left all alone.
Really?
The timing. Is he gonna knife him? No, he doesn't. But the timing on Krisem even completely blinds him. But it doesn't matter. He doesn't have the spike. No, wait.
He's gonna pick it up and plant
Oh, wait.
to the other side. 8 seconds remain though.
He has no time.
And he has to run all over. It was a good plan here, Ralph. It was a very good plan to actually pick up the spike. The problem is, where are you gonna plant it with 8 seconds remaining? You have to run. He went back to spawn.
Oh dear. Tried to go for heads up play, but just didn't take into account the round timer. Again, it's one of those things where when you're in the heat of the moment, especially getting after 2 big kills like that.
I actually think that they shut down the ultimate of the Omen. That's why when he picked it up, he just went back to the place that he was already waiting on a while ago.
At the very least. Oh dear. Oh, still evened up. Expected scoreline here for Alpha Esports Pro. Should be feeling a little more confident now, considering they've reduced the buys to pistols. As Ja, his leg might stick out here, and as Chris M might just exercise his ability to identify the human body here off one body part. Now, He will throw a re-smoke. It's going to sway away South Build for now. As this, he sees the wall. But Jin, very antsy, will drop the bot. The patience is still here, Eliza. They're not moving at all. But now they've been discovered.
There's still 1 minute left anyway for them to plant the spike. This can be a slow movement coming in from SBE side with a slow orb helping out. This might force rotations coming in from SBE, but it feels like they're still sticking to the plan. It feels like they still want to take B Tower and B Heaven. Throwing in the nade now is assist, but there is no one on that specific corner as well. They smoked it off completely with a fast reaction coming in from Chrism, and the ultimate delay is happening right now with 35 seconds remaining on the clock. Where will SBE go? Ja is the only man that has a proper rifle on this round, and once that hops out, the wall comes in, and this brings up RUVU, killing each and every one he sees on the site. What a cleanup. The wall helped him instead of actually locking him away.
Beautiful use of the off angle there. Doesn't get the first kill, but the
good
follow-ups.
assist, man.
Good assist indeed. Literally hitting him with an alley-oop. As Southfield's kind of reeling from that swing. Big loss. Second swing almost as important, if not more important than the first. And we're not talking about actual player swings. We're talking about round swings. Now, moving into this round, we have a bit of a gun round. A heavy A could be here. They've been picking and prodding towards other areas of the map. They pulled the defense away successfully, and now they're trying to maximize their window. Ching has been absolutely resistant on Heaven, not allowing anybody to push through. Now Heaven controls completely out of the question. Gian plays vertical, but Papi Chulo will find him. First tries to chime in, but Papi has no qualms of taking all those kills for himself. Ching will get discovered. The cabbages do double up on him. Ryu has been discovered on the flank. They wall that up immediately, but they go for a double play here. They try to back out, but instead it's the neural theft coming through. Oh my
Neural
goodness.
Theft, just getting those information that they actually need to be able to take on the site completely as well. And this is a very clean take coming in from SBE. This is still a 4v3 with the lockdown being placed down by AEP. This is what you were talking about earlier, Raph. You love that lockdown. Whenever it is placed, it is going to be forcing out all the players, especially in this kind of retake situation. It seems like it's now a 2v2 situation as Ching is already swapping in on here in elbow, and Papi Chulo spots one. Papi Chulo spots two in a 4K even on this round.
So many heads to click, so little time as Papi Chulo flexes his knowledge and his firepower of this map. SBE now equalizing. The economy is still not good on both these sides, really. A, they're good for one more after this one, no matter how it goes. But SBE, they're at a reset point still. Ja consolidating what he can get with a limited amount of money they have. Pro mulling over if he should go half armor, maybe. Just go for a little bit of utility. And, no, he goes for the full buy instead, giving the rifle side of Ja. Now that the seeds have been planted, or at least the doubts of when are they going to go for a full heavy-handed side attack, or are they going to default again? You see a little bit of an early rotation on the side of Chris M. Already worried for something like that to happen. This bot is going to give Ryu an idea of where some of the players are, but look at that. They try to go for a bait play. They leave the wall, and they're just hoping for this judge to find some value.
Another judge, another day. That's what we say. As Ryu just waiting patiently on the corner as well. We see patience on the side of AEP, knowing that they are on the defense. But also one thing to factor in is GN Sanity already having an operator. This can be deadly for the rest of the team, as an immediate shutdown, even if you want to go on B main, can be quite possible as well. They have to be really careful here as the paranoia sets in yet again. An immediate reaction from the rest of the team happens. Pro secures that 2K. That is very essential to clean things up on Heaven. But GN Sanity is still on site. No one knows that, but now they do. As the rest comes in and Flippy goes up. This is now the team of SBE swarming on site. One more kill for GN Sanity. Trying to find another, but that smoke wouldn't help him at all. 1v2 and is down to the side of SBE as they take this round away.
Ching tried to fight a play there, tried to be the playmaker that he was in the previous rounds, but denied completely by South Build. Like I mentioned, they are good for one more here. The Blade's are ready, the res is ready. From the Shadows is ready, and the Showstopper. So no matter how this goes, Earth Economy is looking very strong. Very ballsy move by Gian's Sanity to pick up an operator on split, really, as a map. Typically, they're not going to pick that up, even if it's on the defensive side. South build very, very confident, looking to build on momentum. But A-Pro, they take a pause much sooner here, and I would love to have at least one of those figurines that we just passed by.
Yeah, when are they gonna have some Funko Pop or something like that? Would be great if that's a good idea.
Sponsor us? Question mark.
Hello, hello,
Hello.
but also just to add into what you said, well, it's still in a timeout right now. Gian Sanity and the rest of the team of AEP. Remember when I said they love dealing with risky plays? They go for risk plays with big rewards, very risky plays. And one of the things to consider is also that operator. Buying the operator that early, and maybe the players of SBE just shutting it down, but he still does it because that is such a big risk, big reward kind of playstyle. If you are able to shut down the players if they want to entry, then it's already an ROI or return of investment for the rest of the team. Now they lost that though, so this is another problem that AEP has to take on its own, and they have to make do of what they have here, which is 2 Spectres, and the rest is just classics and sheriffs.
I'm surprised they're not trying to util dump, or at least ulti dump this round in. They have the luxury to do so. Maybe barring the res, keep it for a rainy day. But Jin and Gian Sanity, they could totally do this. It's totally possible for them to be very cheeky. This time around, the Blades, it's the only one that's being employed. Playing a little bit of a Raptors position, doubling up with Chris M, potentially trying to bait for him. But so far, no dice. SB have been very successful taking this side of the map. But right now, they're very patient. They don't want to let complacency take place. They know it's an eco buy. They know how lethal this squad can be. Jin,
The
the lone
Showstopper also
Spectre.
online.
Oh, and
There you go.
Okay. Well, at the very least, he gets
30
one.
seconds left.
Would have been better if he stayed alive. Pro doesn't have the res available, but as this, he's going to slow walk this. Maybe they're selling the fake. That they do. Movement's already been made. Quite a bit of players have forced themselves towards A, but the utility by the Killjoy is still going to alarm her. No damage has been done, but the rotations are going to come into play.
10 seconds
No
left.
rotation cutoffs. Flippy might be in a bit of a treat. They don't discover Ching.
Spike planted.
Never mind.
No, the shots! It with Flippy securing that kill on Ching instead. Now in a 3v4 situation, this is still the game in the hands of AEP. They have the Blade Storm, and we all know how Gian Sanity can just randomly pop off on a site and just get all those kills that he needs. That smoke might help him out to make an opening for the rest of the team as well, but
player
Flippy
standing.
shutting down another player. Gian Sanity, that Blade Storm is out, and this is a win for the side of SBE. A very good take heading towards the side. You know what I'm curious about here is because that they're using the Killjoy as a sentinel, they couldn't put traps on vents. Because
That's
all of the
true.
traps are here on site.
They really try to go for a more hold type of defense, which is honestly not a bad idea. But since they didn't have the weapons to really accentuate the crossfires, they have to burn the ults for it. Again, not necessarily a bad idea, but the snowball just wasn't present for them. Instead, it's Southville really trying to run this up on the attacking side. If they can manage to make this 6-3 and they stop at 6, then consider it a very successful half already. Ching tries to replicate whatever Papi Chulo did the last round, but Aziz stays alive. The neural theft is going to come, and they know where everybody's going to rotate from. Chris M is the only one in question to try and provide a little more coverage from a different angle, but this Cypher Cage goes unpunished. Ryu has a res available, but Ja, where did he come from?
He just randomly popped out. The rotation from Ja finally kicked in, and the players right now, G Insanity yet again with an operator. TP right in front of the face. My God!
Oh,
That was such a psycho play. I think G Insanity wasn't expecting that he would just be TPing just one step away, basically, and just crumbled the defense that AEP had, and that operator is gone again.
When the operator works, it's absolutely magical no matter what map, but not
it doesn't?
working. Yeah, it's so problematic, especially on split. There's just so many close angles. And again, it really does come down to hitting your shots, but with all this utility to disjoint you and everyone around you, it just makes it that much more difficult. Now suddenly we have AE Pro try to take initiative here, pushing towards middle. But SBE, they don't snuff this out. They go for a very, very aggressive B take here. They're going to dump all their utility and the good old classic Sage Wall. Chris Sam, that paranoia is going to hit everybody.
Ooh!
Oh!
What a play!
So smooth.
So close yet so far. He was able to take one important kill though. That can have an impact for the rest of the team here on the side of SBE. They killed assist, and obviously there was a trade immediately that happened, but if that was a Vandal, it would have been a 2K.
Absolutely. At the very minimum, a 2K. This time around, it's Stroud to try to use his mobility to his team's advantage. It does force. Oh my lord.
You jump, you die, man.
Peekaboo, whack-a-mole, pick a game, pick a head. Pro gets one, gets a third for himself, but Ching tries to be the playmaker once more, tries to be the savior. Insanity has been found out. That flash is going to make SB recede a little bit into the site and set up a bit of a firing line here.
No way.
All their crosshairs
Whoa.
are trained towards there. The Insanity using his mobility, using whatever he can to get whatever advantage he can get. Maybe if they line up, he finds Jaw. Taps it by his feet. Doesn't give the sound spot. This is unreal. If Papi Chulo gets spammed through this wall, then he must have done it, but no! Steadfast, solid play from South Build. Expensive, but 3-7 on an attacking squad on split. Oh dear me, Eliza. This is not looking good at all. Not looking good at all.
My god, that was such a rough round. It seemed like G Insanity had that opportunity. He had the opportunity and the chance to do so, but he cannot do a wall bang knowing that he was using a Spectre as well. So the wall bang is impossible. He didn't pick up any gun. He was lucky enough to even pick up a Spectre on the ground instead of just using a Judge at all. He was still able to take 2K. But yet another round here as they want to aggress. Aryu Ryu shuts him down completely. And this is now left to the last 4 remaining players of SBE. They have the rest up online. Aryu Ryu hops out of this wall, but the concuss comes in. He doesn't get the kill or any kill at all.
Not at all. No resistance has been met. So far on both sides, they huddle up, they plant their feet towards mid. But a rotation is coming in the way of South Build. They put their attention towards B now. A Pro, not entirely sure what they want to achieve with this defensive rotation here. They have a little bit of a huddle there on the wall. But B Garage could be free for the taking. Chris M wants to at least hold this down just by a tiny bit. That paranoia has been on point for him. Not entirely sure if Southfield want to go for the contact play. Instead, we have a raw peek, and Aryu Ryu finds Flippy, tries to be cheeky. But Chris M, he holds it down. Pro will find one. It's not enough. Chris M finds a third for himself. Papi Chulo, who's been alone, or rather who's been left alone. He's very clutch. Can he do it this time? Everybody's looking at heaven now. Ching has to play contact. It's confirmed. Nobody's isolated enough on AE Pro to give any freebies. This is where they kind of begin their comeback. 5-7, very, very doable. Especially on an explosive team like AE Pro.
SBE side, they're still trying to make every round count, even on the side of AEP as well. And this might be yet again a deja vu from game number 1 and even game number 2, because it is bound to be an 8-4 if in any case that SBE takes this round yet again. So maybe a different or a change can be doable here on AEP's side. And once the swap happens yet again, it's not too far off when the rounds that they need to take. Aziz, I don't know how that happened, but he got the 2K in already. Now in a 3v5, SBE, they are free to roam around the site as 3-player remains and make that even the last remaining player. Completely segregated and completely diminished.
Remember to separate your trash so you don't hurt the planet. Save the turtles. But now the Turtles, as SBE, love to play this defensive side. It's gonna be that much more difficult on AE Pro,
One
considering
enemy remaining.
there's really not a lot of margin for error for them. They have to play a perfect half here, Taylor.
That's true. If this half goes sideways or south for the side of AEP, it's proven quite difficult to actually follow up for the next following rounds, knowing that if SBE takes the eco, they take the bonus, this can be a double-digit score already. So AEP, now that they can be aggressive this time around, knowing how the play style of this team is. It might be doable yet again for them to make up to the rounds that they lost. But those rounds a while ago that GN Sanity bought the operator, those 2 rounds were just mishaps after mishaps because of the rest of the team were also crumbling the defense as well. That's why they weren't able to actually utilize the operator that much.
It really is such a big gamble to pick an operator here on Split. Like I said, there's just not much avenue for you to really maximize its impact. Surely you can hold on to Garage, but once you dash out, then you're accounting for potentially a swing towards Pillar, maybe some Heaven presence. So you kind of have to give up the site after that first free kill unless you have somebody really supporting you from Heaven. A could be the similar story, but it's a little bit better. Do have to worry about Heaven. But maybe I'm just rambling on about how I dislike the operator on this map in general. It just makes it so much more difficult. But
Yeah,
it's Pro,
so painful. But it has a big... It's a good investment, Raf, to think about it. Especially if you're actually taking control of Vents or B Tower whenever they want to go mid-take. Because you can see how the teams are playing a while ago, even on the side of AEP and even on SBE during the time that they were attackers. There were no traps on Vents or anything like that coming in from Ching. Obviously, for obvious reasons that he put his trap all around the site. And this is the key difference that you can see here on SBE. Immediately before the round starts, there's already a trap on mid-take. So that just pinches and makes the world go smaller in the hands of AEP.
Oh wow, assist.
Okay.
He's just opening this up. We see him so many times take a forward position and succeed on Split. It's really been adding to the repertoire of the diversity, or not the diversity, the variety of strategy that South Build can play. And their depth has been pretty much unchallenged here as Jin Saturday and Jin, the blade, the spearhead of Alpha Esports Pro, my goodness, AE. Such a tantalizing set of initials there and a very explosive play style. But nonetheless, they do bring it back. They reel it back, really proving that their offense is way stronger than their defensive side. But Flippy and Ja, they could go for a pinch play here.
One enemy
Flippy
remaining.
can pull the attention. It doesn't even
Spike
matter. The
down
turret doesn't
A.
spot him out. Jing, stuck on an island. Very lethal. Has a ghost in hand, but what can he really do? Gets a
He can
plant at the
still
very
plant
least.
the spike. Yeah, he can plant the spike, maybe get the money, but he's not gonna do it as he wants to take the win anyway. But the shots! Oh, I want to close my eyes. It didn't connect at all. So close, yet so far. It took them a while before they actually gunned down each other.
Close your eyes and go for the prayer, but oh my goodness, Taylor, this is just not a series that we've been pretty much holding our breath no matter what, because the explosive tendency of AE Pro, it's just really not something we can ignore. Southbuild, they've been very disciplined. They've not overextended at all. And it looks like they're going to go for a bit of an orb play here. Or just forward aggression towards Bane. Try to catch out the aggressor, the lurker. But if a Ching can find the timing, then he's going to open it up. I hate billboards, Ching says. Tries to catch out that cam, actually. If anyone didn't catch that, he was trying to shoot out the cam.
Trailblazer out, trying to spot if there's anyone, but they already did though, because Jin actually jumped and they saw his head, but it's still a problem for AP's side. They're still playing out in this fire. And actually, the paint shells connected a little bit, but the heal coming in from an immediate heal coming in from Pro. They're just healing up each other here. It is gonna be inevitable that they would just live long. And for the players, the remaining players of AEP's side, they choose to take B main. Paranoia connects. This will force out the Killjoy to go back, and the two players stuck on side just dead.
dead is the best description, as Ching wants to retaliate just a tiny bit. He has the Spectre in hand, but Flippy looks to be the judge, jury, and executioner, and everybody's collapsing towards Ching. He does get a freebie onto Aziz, but it matters not, as South will take double digits, the first to do so on this map. They've been very, very impressive, and pretty much when it comes to split, you gotta pick your poison. Remember, Alpha Esports Pro, they took the defending side, so SB, they just said, you know what, pick a hand.
And this is what I keep telling a lot about those judge plays. You think that is not a viable gun whenever, and you see it just around the corner whenever there's eco disadvantages. But there are a lot of pro teams as well that isn't even on an eco, but they still buy those judges. This is how viable it is, especially in tight corners that a map like Split has to bring to us. Clearing angles right now is AEP. They haven't cleared out the right side though. This judge proves to be punishable as one-to-one trade happened here on mid. This is the players of AEP trying to climb their way and trying to take mid control. Remember, there are players just rotating and Jin didn't know. I think there was a gunshot coming from Vents right there, but he didn't notice.
Aryu actually backpedals into the paranoia, and yes, the timing has truly been so unfortunate for Alpha Esports Pro this time around. That's a bit of a mouthful, even if you go, say, AE Pro. Nonetheless, Ja tries to relocate. Ching the God, very, very smart. Notices that his hands were up, shoots him. Now we have a 3v3 situation. The guns have somewhat been,
Spike planted.
or rather the gun situation for SB have been alleviated just by a tiny bit. Aziz could very much fall to that turret if he's not careful. This is not the first time we'll see. Yeah, go ahead.
This is the bonus, right?
Mm-hmm. It really is. Wow, what a bonus already.
Slowly but surely, the players of AEP right now trying to look for the last few remaining players of SB as they still want to take on this site in a 1v2 situation. This is very much doable still on the side of SBE. Just get that information, know where the enemy line is. You might be able to succeed, but Crescent shuts down the dream as 5-10 is the score. The dream is definitely still alive on the side of AEP here. They need to gain back those 5 rounds disadvantage that SBE got, but this is the first step towards it.
First step potentially is the hardest. You just got to get that ball rolling. And AE Pro, they want to do that. They want to do that as quickly as they can. As the margin for error just slowly narrows down as each passing round.
You know why they're having a hard time doing entries? Because the utilities that they can use right now is just the paranoia. Aside from that, they don't have any initiators to actually pick up the slack or even just a little bit of flashes over there. They don't have Reyna as well, so they're just relying heavily on this paranoia.
They really are, and like we mentioned, right, double initiator is so strong on this map, especially for something as claustrophobic as Split. And you were right on the money there. Despite them taking that pick, it was a little bit of aggression from Flippy, not even checking with a flash, but you see Pro going back, trying to go for an off angle here, waiting for a counter wall perhaps, but instead he'll try to hold the
I love how
rotation.
they wait it out though. I love how they wait it out because they know that they do this style where Ryu is actually waiting above the wall. So with this, it is a totally different team knowing SBE. They're more on the safe side of this. They want to take and just focus on the strat book of being a defensive team. Now that the wall is up, this will secure at least the players of AEP hopping in, but Jin doing an entry, but he wasn't able to take any shot at all. He was still doing the satchel. G Insanity was ready to take on the frag, but the swing, the perfect swing from Ching to get the kill on Aziz.
Disgusting shot by Ching to make this retake that much more difficult. Ja, he's trying to still play God Spot here. Ching, he has his eyes trained towards that. Crossfire has been set. He does manage to find himself into hell. His location is completely known this time around. Ching gets tagged up. He swings and he finds the kill onto Ja. 6-10. South build, this lead is slowly dwindling for them. And if I'm not mistaken, their economy is not going to be very good. There we go. They'll have to make do with all these upgraded pistols.
Well, now that SBE is in a side where they have to wait it out, and also they have to be particular when it comes to the economy damage that AEP can bring, this can be the chance of AEP to make it happen. You know, take back those rounds that are important. Like I said a while ago, the round a while ago is already the first step towards that. And now we are down to a 6-10. And SBE side, they need to do an eco here, but a very, very aggressive eco as we see the 3 players already ready to push and waiting patiently for the smoke to dissipate. G-Insanity, I think, is very much quite aware of what the strat could be on the side of SBE.
What?
They were still able to capitalize on it, Raph.
Just give them sheriffs all game long. We're probably gonna win the game. I don't understand. Again, the notoriety that SBE have gathered for themselves on anti-ecos or eco rounds rather. It's still, the reputation really precedes them, as Shing will get a plant still, get an extra orb, does have the utility in hand to somewhat stave this off. But Poppy and Flippy, they've suddenly gotten themselves some rifles. Now, if they lose on the backs of these rifles, I don't know what to tell you.
Oh my god. AEP. It was already on the side. G-Insanity, they quite know what the strat will be. In SBE, they were having quite a read already, and they were holding the position and the angles, but it seems like SBE were more prepared. On the other hand, that wasn't expected on the side of Papi Chulo as he swings out. The rest is history because Flippy will secure the kill instead. This is still the round for SBE side. Unfortunately, despite the disadvantage of having just an eco raft, they were still able to take it away.
Are you sure the E in SBE doesn't stand for eco round win? I don't get it. But
thrifty rounds after thrifty rounds, man.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. There's nothing to lose. At this point, they just do whatever they want to, but they choose to still be intact as a team. They had the strat for eco plays. Other teams, they would rather go for, you know, a play for pick and try in that, but not SBE.
I love the plan there. Let's stack up, let's kill them. But I'm not a fan of that jump, honestly. Yeah, that's exactly why I'm not a fan of that jump. Kind of need that extra jump to clear the space between you and Pillar. But again, hindsight is 2020. Ja finds Ching. This round lead looks to be in the favor already of South Build. Interesting choice to get Jin. Realize actually still very, very difficult. Now the showstopper comes for Aziz. He goes for the safe pick, still gets a trade anyway.
God. A very clean round for SBE side. A very clean take as well. A good retake coming in here for the rest of the team, and now they are on match point. You said it already. You were the fan of the satchel in play coming in from Jin. All throughout, even on map number 2, I feel like he's having quite a difficult time holding on to this agent that he has. It feels like he's more comfortable on a jet.
It does seem that way. His Raze is honestly very, very difficult to play as a duelist because she can be both as an entry and a main rifler, but I feel like she's the type to succeed much more when she is left to somewhat deal or at least be a semi-backliner because of the nature of her kit. But again, the versatility and the variety of this agent just really proves that G-Insanity still has so much left to give with the blades. Jin eliminated from contention as well. The Raze on both sides. They duke it out, but instead it's the backline succeeding on the side of AE Pro. They get Flippy up. That's going to be important utility for them. And a firing squad from heaven finding Ching. That's going to be the lockdown eliminated. So, oh dear. Any potential of holding this would be very, very difficult now. They try to brute force their way into it. Ah, well, there you go. As this very anticlimactic ending to this map. Congratulations to SB, still proving why they're one of the most refined and one of the best split teams we have in the region.
What a turnaround to a very pivotal point of the round here is basically the